right, so Nollywood actor Yul Edochie, we all know who he is, you know, for a very, very long time now. In fact, we're tired of talking about his issues. He's been having these issues with his estranged wife. And the recent in their saga is this issue of May, still holding on to, you know, Yul's last name, even though she has gone to the court to seek for divorce. And the man openly came out sometime recently to ask why is she still holding on. Holding on to his name, even though she's seeking divorce. The divorce isn't finalized, it's still in process. But then even if the divorce is finalized, should divorced women be compelled to change their surnames? That's the question. Now, another Nollywood actor, in the person of Mary Njoku, she has come out also to lend her voice to this issue. And according to Mary, a mother shouldn't be compelled to change her name after divorce if she has underaged kids. That is our own perspective. But then I'm asking, do you think because a woman got divorced, then she should quickly, you know, throw away her surname? What do you think?
The choice of whether a woman changes her name after divorce is strictly her right. It's her name. She may decide to keep it. She may decide it's her name. She can do whatever. There is no man or court that can compel her to change it. And then some also decide not to drop it because of their children. They don't want to get those children traumatized such that, why is mommy bearing a different name from ours? Let's even have an instance, maybe they have to travel out. Your name is different. There's going to be issues. So it's strictly her right. She can decide to drop the name, pick another name, or go back to her maiden name. But nobody should compare. Nobody should compare. Even the court will not compare. So it's strictly her right.
It's her right.
To drop
and her choice.
And her choice. To keep it. Because I know someone who is even divorced and she's still using the name. Probably she doesn't want to stress herself and even for her kids. So it's her right. She owns the name. She can decide to drop it to keep it.
She has the right to divorce and the right to keep the husband's name.
Yeah. Okay, you don't agree?
As much as I know, there is no legal backup for that, that a woman should. I want to come from the moral or the etiquette or whatever.
The ethical point of view.
Yes.
Okay.
So, if you say I'm no longer interested, pick your name. Let me pick my name.
That's your thoughts.
Like Njoku said.
Yes. I understand. And that's where the agreement should be with the because you know in some traditions, once the bride price has been paid, they can return it. Yes. So if in the case where the legal aspect has been handled, the guy has returned your bride price, you return his name too now.
Really?
Return his name. So I know there's no legal whatever to it, but it's just ethical that
you just feel it's just right. I think it should.
For a woman who doesn't even have a child, and you are divorced, and you hope to move on, the guy has moved on.
Give him back his name.
Yeah. Especially if maybe you hope to get married again.
Where you have children,
yes, ma'am.
I think it's not wise. Where you have kids, it's not wise for you to just divorce today and just drop the name. Psychologically, it's going to have effect on your children.
Okay.
But along the line, if you find another person you want to get married to, and you are ready to move on, you can at that time let the other name go.
So what happens if the children are not grown?
No,
so
if the children are not
grown,
this is
still going to affect them.
This is still why we are saying it is the choice of the lady,
the woman,
the person involved. It is her choice. If your children are still small and you want to marry, definitely the next man you want to marry, you must answer that person's name. So you know how to handle your issues. Do you get my point? So, and you should know that every woman, there is this bond between mothers and their kids. So a lot of women decided not to remarry while their children are still small. So that they can be able to, they just decided to pay that price, not to remarry.
Okay, please,
for the sake of their children.
Let me say something very quickly. Now, you know, some women, you know, that love is shaking me stage. They're getting married. They not only adopt the man's last name, they take his entire name. Do you get? Like, if your husband's name is Kayode Okonkwo. They become
carry
Betty
the two.
Kayode Okonkwo. So in that regard, will you not leave the name
The one
to
you
the
are
owner of the name? I'm asking.
Give the owner of the name his name.
Where women don't drop their father's name.
Yes.
Yes.
And someone said, are they preparing for in
For
case of
the-
anything?
I've heard that case where
Some because of documents.
Yes.
They are vital.
Some women before they got married
Yes.
are career women who have built a brand
Yes.
around
They don't
that
want their
name.
father's name to be
Yes,
lost. They still
like
attach
in my
it.
case, I carry my father's name and the other name. So, and it is by choice, and I have my reasons why I'm doing that. All right.
that's-
So,
yeah.
so for some women, it's an identity issue because it's confusing when you just start. Just because you got married and then everything else just changes about. All right, we'll come back and talk a bit more because a lot of these men are usually the ones who ask the question or who are the ones who are trying to push these women to drop their names. Can a man legally make his ex-wife drop his last name? A lot of times, it is the men who are the ones pressing and saying, drop my name, drop my name. So can a man legally compel his ex-wife to drop his name?
So like I said, I don't think there's any legal writing or
On that.
Backup.
backup for that. So I think it would be something they will talk probably when they are filing or they are going for hearings at the courts for the divorce. So it could be one of the things they will discuss there. I don't know how that
How it goes.
But it should be part of their discussions. And so if the woman wants to, like it's been said, but if she can, and if she refuses to drop the name, the guy too should just allow.
Apostle Ma, if a couple that has been coming to you for counseling along the line gets divorced, and then the man comes to you and says, I want this woman to stop using my name. After all, we are no longer together. How would you advise?
I will advise the man to go and meet the lady. They should talk it together.
Okay.
Yes. If both of them should agree to divorce, because the divorce issue is not even by force. You may give me paper and I refuse to sign it, which means I'm not ready. But at the moment I'm settled that I want to divorce, we agree. So we can also still talk other things out. So I will advise the man, it's not something to fight about.
Okay.
So you go to the lady and speak with her. And after speaking with the lady, if she refuses, if I know the lady, I can still call her and ask her, why are you holding on the name? So let me hear her own point of view. It may be because of her children, as we have been saying. You get my point? Because this children issue, children can, sometimes parents can make children to be confused at a stage in their life. And it's not good for you to use your own to spoil their own, or to give them the kind of understanding that life is imbalanced. So this is why some women will, because of their children, keep this name and be moving until they get another woman. By then their children have come of age. They can explain what the children will understand. You get my point? So it's something that both of them can talk together. It's not something to fight.
Over the years.
That's another
So it will be
reason.
very difficult.
It has become an identity.
Yeah.
So it may be
So
very
even
difficult.
if she dropped the name, the society might not be helping her to drop the name. They might still be calling her that name. Even so, I agree. But on the ethical part, like I said,
You just feel if you're done, just
because bearing his name
close the
sometimes
chapter.
might be giving you some drops of whatever. If you want to move on, move on.
Move on.
She may not
you.
even have any trauma attached to it. It's her name she may decide to say.
To just perhaps she even likes the ring of the
It's
name.
her choice.
Some names
Why
sound
you like to get out of the name?
it's possible.
It's her
Okay.
choice.
All right,
And
so
some women, immediately they will just drop the name.
yeah, immediately. they
Yes,
say-
I have a friend. The moment she dissolved, she
Maybe she
divorced.
pushed for the divorce.
She divorced, and at the end of the divorce, she removed her husband's name from her name.
Okay.
I started bearing her normal name.
All right, well, before today, I did
So
my
just a choice.
research on this issue of surname. When you're divorced, do you drop the man's name or not? And I found out that there are a lot of reasons why divorced women choose not to legally, change their names back to their maiden names, all right? And first, let us all be guided that, like Mrs. Abiola Ogu said, the choice of whether to change your name after a divorce is entirely yours as a woman. That choice, you are the only one that can make that choice. Nobody can compel you to change your name, okay? Not even a court, according to my findings, can compel you to change your name. So it is entirely you that can make that choice. Now, can a man legally, make a woman drop her name? Well, no, he cannot, all right? Because both spouses are entitled to that name. The man can use the name. The fact that I was ever tied to you, it has become my name, all right? It's part of my achievement, yes, I'm sorry. But then the law also is on my side in that case, okay? So I can also still retain the title Mrs., even though I'm divorced. That is what the law says, okay? So for some people, they wonder, what is the title I should use for a divorced woman? Should I call her Miss? That is also the choice of the woman to make. You can decide if you now want to be addressed as Miss so and so, or Mrs. You can retain your status as Mrs. as a divorced woman if you like. Look, do you, all right? For once, the law is actually backing you as a woman. And this, all right? You don't have to drop your ex-husband's last name after any type of divorce. No man, no court can compel you to do that. Okay?
I think to the side of the woman is good. That is the decision is good. Because if you decide, you change. If you decide, you answer Miss. If you don't decide, you still answer your Mrs.
Yes, exactly.
Because every woman wants to have a name. You understand? The Mrs. as a married woman give you a kind of a little covering.
What is in a name, though? I do understand that for a lot of women, over the years they were married, they've built their lives
on that name,
their business, their career, they're literally everything on that name. So they're not holding on to that name because they've still got feelings for, the man. That is not it. Yes, but then there are other reasons that are valid why a woman who is no longer married to a man might decide to retain her name. And until and unless she chooses to drop that name, nobody should have a problem with it.
Because if court is backing the man, the woman will just crush everything that can gather for you.
All right.